There's a scene in Legally Blonde where Reese Witherspoon gets into Harvard and she goes, "What? Like it's hard?" You make it look so easy to record a ridiculous 40 and a half inch vertical. Landon Jackson, how did you do that?
Really, I guess just training. I'm out here in the Exos in Scottsdale, so
Shout out.
it's one of the top facilities. Been doing a lot of explosive workouts and really trying to get more explosive, So my goal going into it was definitely to hit over a 38 because I knew I could get a 38 at least. And my first rep, I had a 38 and a half, and I kind of slapped at it. And I think I can't remember, it was either a scout or a coach or somebody down there was like, just don't slap at it, and I promise you got at least 4 more inches in you. So I just
Wow.
jumped, did the little tap with my finger, and yeah, I got 40 and a half.
What did that feel like? I mean, you're an all SEC edge rusher. You've had success, all these moments. What was that like to notch that kind of a thing that you knew you could do?
Yeah, it was really exciting, kind of to show these teams that, I mean, my athleticism. A lot of teams are like, oh, he's a good football player, really smart player, but a lot of them question my athleticism. So I feel like I really showed that I could run, I could move well, and I could jump at the combine, and that's one of the big check marks I needed.
My producer was getting me set for you this morning. We were watching tape. We were looking at all these things, and he kept using the word violent. He just like approaches the game violently. How would you describe your play style?
Yeah, honestly, like he said, really violent. I play with the high motor. That's something I kind of always base my game off of because at the end of the day, you can only control what you can control, and one thing you can control is your effort. So that's one thing I really like to go into every game with, just playing with the high motor, flying around, trying to find my way to the football and make plays.
You had the best vert among D linemen, and you made history as one of only four players 260 pounds or heavier to jump 40 inches. Did you know that?
Yeah, no, I saw that. I was talking to Shamar at the combine, and I was like, man, that's
Yep.
crazy that we're in the same
Look
draft
at
class
this
and both made that
company. Are
list.
you kidding me?
Yep.
Miles Garrett, Mario Williams, come on.
Oh yeah, no, it's big time.
Um, well, I love that, and we were looking, I don't know if you're familiar with Bruce Feldman, but he has like a freak list, right? And you were
Yeah.
on there. You had jumped 34 inches last off season. And for
Mhm.
you to go from that vert to this year, like 6.5, what does that say about you?
Yeah, I mean, a lot went into that. I mean, I dropped weight, tried leaning out a little bit. I wanted to keep the muscle mass and keep the strength, but I knew I had a little bit of a pudge that I didn't need. So, got to training out here and got really clean on my diet. Really just trying to stick to that, cut the bad weight, and really just work on the areas that needed to be worked on. And I mean, 34 inches last all season was solid because I want to say I was about 285, but 40 and a half
Mhm.
sounds a lot better.
What I really like about what I'm reading and getting to know about you is that I live by this mantra: do boldly what you do at all. Like take advantage. Like, if you're
Yeah.
go all the way in. And I really feel like, and I don't know you, I'm getting to know you, right? But I feel like you're really taking advantage, full advantage of every step and opportunity of this draft process. Before you dominate the combine, you have an incredible senior bowl week. You put yourself on the map with people who might not have been super familiar with you as you're introducing yourself to the NFL ecosystem, right? You have this strip sack of Jackson Dart. Can you sort of walk me through this and how you burned that tackle off the edge to get to this QB?
Yeah, all week I really got better each and every day. And by game day, I was feeling really good, and I knew who I was going against. I knew the guys I was going against and what moves worked great against them. And even before that clip, I mean, just rep after rep, I was finding ways to get back there and just flying around, kind of playing my style of ball. And then, I mean, I think I missed a sack literally the play before this, and getting that made the miss sack a lot better. So. Yeah, I mean, it was really exciting. My biggest thing, like you said about this process, taking advantage of it, it's kind of
Hmm.
what I guess my agent kind of told me at the beginning. He was like, take advantage of the whole process, put yourself in a position to where those scouts and those teams don't have a reason not to pick you. So that's the biggest thing I'm doing, really just trying to make these teams really have to think about, I mean, making the mistake of not picking me.
I haven't heard anybody question your athleticism. You clearly, answered any question there might be in the comment. I do like hearing this like cerebral element to you and how you prepare and how you clearly have done your homework to beat those blocks. I love that.
Yeah, no, it's something that I mean just came from college.
Hmm.
We do a lot of film study, I guess, with the coaches and everything. But this past season, I only had I actually didn't have any in-person classes, so every morning I was, really big on film study. I feel like it just kind of gives you that edge, because if you're studying a lot more than your opponent, you already got them beat before the game starts.
Did you see Jackson Dart at the combine? Y'all talk about that, Zach?
I did. I saw him in the hotel and everything, and yeah, now I've been playing against him for I guess these past two
Yep.
years, and it's been great. We've talked, and I got about I want to say it's like 16 pressures on him, and only two of them ended up being sacks. So I had
I love that
one
you're
this
like, oh,
season.
somewhere around, you know the exact numbers. I love
Yeah,
that you know the 16 pressures. I love that you know, and
exactly.
there's more where that came from, wherever you guys
Uh-huh.
go in the NFL. And I hope you guys, maybe you'll be on the same team. Maybe you'll get to,
Possibly.
knock him off his block a couple times. You had 13 sacks over the last 2 seasons. You were the 2024 team captain. You described the violent, you described it as pissed off. Somewhere I saw that you describe your play style as I just get pissed off, and whoever gets you is getting a dog. I've seen the Maxx Crosby comps. This is the highest paid now non-quarterback in NFL history. What draws you to the way Mad Max plays?
Yeah, I see a lot of similarities. At the end of the day, I guess we have similar body types, but at the same time, that dude just flies around. He plays mad, goes out there and gives his all every snap. So that's somebody I really try comparing my game after. Plan on getting the opportunity to work out with him at some point. We have the same agent, so getting
Mm,
connected with him, doing some D line training, kind of definitely want to get on a call with him, pick his brain a little bit, and
cool.
definitely love the way he plays the game.
Can we shout out your agent? We're shouting out Exos. Let's shout out the
Yep.
agent. Who you got?
Yep. Michael Swinson and CJ LeBoy with Wasserman.
All right, love that. And they're helping you through this. They sound like they're giving you good advice, which we love.
Oh yeah.
Um, uh, you've been through some adversity too. Later in the season or last season, you had a really scary moment. You get
Oh
carted
yeah.
off against Missouri. You have to
hmm
go to the hospital, all precautionary measure. Everybody's trying to do the right thing. Thankfully, you ended up being okay. But what did that
hmm
moment do as far as perspective for you?
Yeah, it really shows you the game could be taken from you at any moment, and it's definitely not the way I wanted to end my senior season, but not going to say glad it happened, but glad it wasn't worse. It could have been situations like that. It could be a lot worse. I couldn't even, if it was a little bit worse, I probably couldn't be walking. So,
Hmm.
it was I'm really excited that it went well. We went to the hospital, got the CT scan. I was really hoping after the CT scan came back good, I can go back out there and finish the fourth quarter, but doctors wouldn't let me. So, I just trying to get back to it and continue to play the game I love.
Yeah, I like the comps to Max. The thing about Max is he's truly one of the great people in the NFL. Great, disruptive, amazing Hall of Fame worthy player, but a good human. And I heard you
Oh yeah.
plan on starting a foundation once you get
Mhm.
into the NFL. You proudly embrace your alopecia. You stand as someone who wants to connect and support others who might have it, especially younger generations. Tell me more about that idea.
Yeah, it's something I definitely want to get into. I've already worked with certain foundations and everything, and did a lot of things for different kids and stuff. But I do kind of want to start my own and kind of just make it kind of more known. It's
Mhm.
something that I guess isn't as heard about as much. There's a lot of people with it, but a lot of people don't really think anything of it because a lot of people don't have alopecia and end up going bald, this and that. So yeah, it's definitely something. Just the way growing up at a young age, it's something that's really tough. So really want to be kind of one of those people that those kids can look up to and reach out to, and just kind of, let them know that I'm here if they ever need me.
Amazing. I know Charlie Villanueva, Ryan Shazier in
Yeah.
the NFL world have definitely stood as examples of that and sort of normalizing and educating and all of that and making it okay for just younger players, people who will look up to you. I mean, so many people look up to you already, not just because you're tall and you're jumping 40 inches, Landon. I know you had meetings with the Bills and the Commanders.
Mhm.
What were the vibes? Tell me about those.
Real good. Really enjoyed both meetings. Really just picked my brain. Watched some of my film from college. Kind of went over their defenses, and then just kind of talked about my upbringing. What got me to that point. And they were short meetings. I don't think I think they were only like 12, 13 minutes, something like that. And
Mhm.
yeah, so really just getting to sit down with those teams, meet with them, and yeah, overall it all went well.
You recorded a half sack as I'm sure you know, against Jaden Daniels in college. Who do you think that would present a bigger challenge to you? Tougher to take down, Jaden or Josh?
Uh, Probably Jaden.
Because you've had that experience.
Yeah, yeah, the dude is it's hard. I mean, you can get to him, but he's such a smart ball player. I mean, he's super athletic, but also he just knows when to get the ball out of his hand. I mean, just could feel the pressure. He plays. I mean, he's one of the most talented quarterbacks in the league, obviously, just from seeing what he did this past year. So no, it was real exciting getting to play him, and I'm looking forward to being able to play against him or hope. I mean, maybe with him as well.
I'd like you to play with him. I think Dan Quinn loves a high motor defensive player. I
Oh
think you'd
yeah.
be a beautiful fit on 32 teams that would be lucky to have you. Good luck at your pro day. It's March 17th. Visualize it, make it happen. And really, it sounds like you're enjoying every step as much as you're getting the most out of every step. So lovely to meet you. I know you've got a whole media tour. Good luck. You crushed it, and it's nice to meet you.
Yep. Thank you. Thank y'all for having me.